Guys, welcome to another episode of The Pulse, where we talk to people doing cool things, hearing their story, talking about their experiences. And this one's going to be fun. They're all fun to some degree, but I'm on my guard now. I got to make sure I'm not having some jokes played on me. So, comedian, entrepreneur, producer, what else? How do we describe you, James Murray, or Murr, from Impractical Jokers?
What's up, buddy? How are you? Husband, author, friend,
Okay.
other adjectives, I guess.
How did the comedy world, the improv world, you took an odd journey to that path?
I would say so, yeah. The guys and I from Impractical Jokers, we met when we were 13 years old. We were kids, right? We were freshman year of high school. I met the guys in Miss Fiducia's religion class.
Nice.
It was like an all-boys Catholic high school, so there was like nothing to do other than prank each other and screw around, because none of us had any dating lives, that's for damn sure. So we just started doing comedy together in high school, and then went to different colleges, and after college came back and formed a comedy troupe, and then did a lot of very, very, very bad comedy shows for a long time until we came up with the idea for Impractical Jokers, and that was 15 years ago. I had a lot more hair back then, but I'm just getting older and bolder on TV.
Okay, and growing, expanding, doing more
Not
things.
me. I'm the only one in shape. The other guys have been growing. They got to learn how to do a crunch, man.
I would venture a guess that you may be the only person in comedy with that level of success and exposure who starts the story with religion class to pull that together.
It's where a lot of our comedy comes from, I guess.
So you went your separate ways to go to college and what have you. Was the plan to come back and try to build that?
No one could plan for that. I mean, we didn't get it on TV till we were 34 years old, So if it was planned, I would have gotten on TV at 22. No, we were like already in our regular careers. Like Sal owned a bar at that point, and Joe's like a salesperson. Q was a fireman, FDNY, for like 8 years, and was a decorated fireman. And I was the only one that had a job in TV. I worked in TV development. My job was to create and pitch and sell TV shows. So I did that for a long, long time. For like 10 years, I worked that job, kind of learning the ins and outs of TV and how TV's made and sold. And then the guys and I came up with the idea for Jokers, and we pitched it through my job, and there you go. That was my career made a quick left turn there and went a different direction.
So working in TV a little bit, I'm familiar with some of those jobs that you just kind of gloss over. The senior vice president of development and creating shows. That's not just, I had a job in TV. Like, you had a successful, pretty prestigious job in TV.
I loved the job. I still do it in a way. I still pitch a lot of TV shows to this day. And my favorite part of my career, I'd say, is creating ideas and pitching and selling them. So like I write a lot of books. My favorite part is not the writing of the books. That's hard as hell. But coming up with the ideas and then selling them to publishing houses, other than performing live, that's one of my favorite parts of my career, for sure.
So stand-up comedian, is that how you define yourself? A lot of it was improv. Like, you guys won an improv competition early on.
God, you're going back, man.
I read.
Well, my stand-up comedy show is unlike the other guys' solo shows. Like the guys and I do the collective Impractical Jokers tour, and then we do solo shows too. But my show is very different. Like, it's a stand-up comedy show for sure. Like, the first half is material I've written and practiced and prepared about some of the most embarrassing things that ever happened to me in my life. But the second half of my live show is very much improv. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I make it up as I go, truly. In my live shows end with us playing Impractical Jokers live, meaning I choose someone from the audience, put an earpiece in their ear, send them out into the streets of wherever I might be. So Pottstown, PA, or Ocean City, Maryland, or Red Bank, New Jersey. Yeah. And we watch on screen in the theater, and live on the spot, I tell the person what to say and do in public. It's wild, man. It's like watching the TV show happen live in front of your face, and it's uncensored, so you don't know what's going to happen. It's the best. Awesome. It's so much fun.
The whole concept, though, it almost feels like the industry had to catch up with you guys. Like you were doing the whole, we'll do it ourselves. We'll put it up on YouTube or whatever it was. We'll generate the millions of views before that was really, what people were doing.
I think we hit the sweet spot for TV in terms of like we sold the show at the right time. I don't think you can sell the show anymore because TV is just so different than it was 15 years ago. Now, I think if you're out and about now doing what we do, you would just purely do it on YouTube or TikTok or what have you and try to monetize it that way. The world has changed, but I think we're one of the last kind of legacy series running at this point in terms of comedy.
So the world has changed, but they still like what you do. So that's kind of interesting, right?
I think what it comes down to is we're still having a blast making the show. I mean, season 12 starts soon, 3 weeks, July 10th, a brand new season. We're shooting it right now. We shoot through mid-September. We've been filming for months. And we're still having a blast, man. Like on Friday, last Friday, I lost the episode. It'll be on TV in a few months. Okay. I lost the episode, and I legit worked as a waiter in New York City for like 5 hours a shift. And after finding out people's dietary restrictions, I would go over to the table that I was, waiting, and without permission, push food in people's mouths with my bare hands. It was a punishment, right? It was outrageous. It was so shocking and so funny. We were on the floor laughing. I thought people were going to stand up and punch me. No one did. They just laughed or burst out laughing or were in such shock because it happened so quick that I pushed food in their mouth as their waiter. I was like, you have to try this. The chef just made this fantastic. And it's so shocking that no one knew what to do. The restaurant was frozen. It was... I never could have anticipated that. Like, neither could have the guys. I thought some jerk's going to stand up and take a swing at me, or it just didn't happen, man. It's so ridiculous. And it's like stuff like that. We were crying, laughing. And I think that's what makes the show still work, is that we're clearly having a blast still doing it.
Coming up next, he explains whether his brand of humor has ever gotten an unexpected or even an angry response.
They've got to catch me peeing on their car tire, right? And I had the device rigged through the backpack, through my pants, and it looked real, man. It looked like I was peeing on people's cars.
You guys aren't mean-spirited, but you get the wrong person, it could be somebody taking a swing.
Like in the challenge in the show, we pull back from the more extreme things, and we won't do it, right? A consequence be damned, because I'm just not going to do certain things, right? For anything,
right?
But if you lose the episode, you get punished, and that you can't say no to. And there have been punishments that have been right on the edge, but I know it. Like 2 months ago, I lost an episode, and the punishment was very simple. They had rigged up a backpack I'm wearing. A tube went through the backpack, through my pants, came out the front, and they had a gallon-sized jug in the backpack, tinted yellow.
No.
And we were at like one of these strip malls where cars are coming in and out constantly. And as people go in, do whatever they're doing, come out 4 minutes later, they've got to catch me peeing on their car tire, right? And I had the device rigged through the backpack, through my pants, and it looked real, man. It looked like I was peeing on people's cars. Such a simple idea, and sure enough, a guy got all uppity and came at me, but I was too quick, man. I backed away. He took a swing, he missed me by a mile. So
cat-like quickness.
Was primed to get people angry, but that's not our goal ever. Our goal is to confuse people, amuse them in a way that it's so odd, the situation, they don't know how to react. You know what I mean?
When you get a chance to look at what you guys have created, do you ever sit back and go, wow?
No, I think when you're in it, you don't really have a sense of it. The American version, Impractical Jokers, plays around the world in like 120, 130 countries or so, right? And they dub over our voices, what have you, to other languages. But then the format for Impractical Jokers, where, a bunch of lifelong friends compete in hidden camera challenges to make each other laugh, the loser gets punished, also plays in a number of countries. The original format where they recast the guys and I, right? So like 2 weeks ago, I did a consultation with the company and the network making the show in Lithuania. They just sold 26 episodes, season 1 in Lithuania. So I worked with the cast, the new cast, the guys, the Lithuanian Impractical Jokers who were on Zoom with me, along with the producers and the writers, and I was taking them through how to make the show, technically, things like that. In moments like that, I'm like, oh, that's freaking awesome, man. You know, like I worked with an Australian cast of Impractical Jokers. They're in season 2 or 3 now. I worked with a Brazilian cast of Jokers, the Belgian cast, the Dutch cast, the British cast, Canadian cast, Mexican cast. That's pretty cool. Like that, in moments like that, I'm like, oh shoot, man, like that's wild. Like I think because we're filming all the time, you're in it so much you don't have distance. You know, you can't, what is the expression? You can't see the forest through the trees.
Yeah.
One day when it all ends, I will look back and say, and kind of really take it all in. But in the meantime, I'm just still enjoying making the TV show.
That senior VP title just rang true in that discussion. So not only are you guys talented, but you also understood the business. So you own this, and you're sitting there helping people develop it in other places under the label of things that you created and have ownership of.
It's cool to see ideas we came up with, like in the writer's room years ago. Now I'm teaching other countries and their casts how to do that challenge. That's wild. Like how to rig up the cameras in such a way to cover this idea, and what the best punishments are for them to do in season 1 of their show in their country to maximize the chance. Like we made every mistake in the book over the past 15 years, but now to have 300 plus episodes of TV and thousands of challenges we've done and tens of thousands we've created that we've scrapped and not produced. We know every mistake we can make, and then to teach other countries how to do it and skip all those steps and do the very best material that we've learned and to give them the best chances of success in their country. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. How is that viewed by your peers? Like your average comedian has to come up with, I don't know, 2 shows a year, like different comedy as you're kind of out there touring. You guys have had to come up with 300 ideas that can go out there and make people laugh, and doing, multiple, sometimes a month.
If you do the math, we've done maybe 330 episodes of the show and rising. Every episode has 3 to 5 challenges, or between the challenge and the punishment. Let's say 4 on average. So that's hey Siri, what's 330 times 4? So that's
1,320.
1,320 bits we've done on the show, let's say in the past 15 years, of which there's dozens of jokes per bit, dozens and dozens in each bit. So let's say, I think we have the highest joke average per minute of television on TV. It's a lot of jokes. It's hundreds of thousands of jokes we've written that have gone on TV in the past 15 years, and probably a million jokes that we've written that have not gone on.
Next on The Pulse, let's be honest, it's pretty cool when one passion allows you to afford another and help people at the same time.
My wife and I just bought a house and saved one of America's longest running model railroad clubs.
I just was about to ask you that. All of you guys got to be able to respond on the fly to whatever is going on and continue pivot. And do I push it further? Do I rein it back because somebody's about to take a swing? Like all of that in real time.
Yeah, that's the behind the scenes work mixed with improv, right? So before we go into a challenge, we write, us and our team of writers come up with 25 pages of material per challenge that we write, and then cherry pick and hone to our selects of things that we want to try each, or we want the other guys to try. And then what we don't know, and we'll try it. And then what we don't know is how people are going to react.
The Errors Tour, you're coming to Soul Joel's in Pottstown. That's June 28th. You're coming to Red Bank, New Jersey, the 29th. You're continuing the tour. What are we going to see on the Errors Tour? You started giving us a little something.
Yeah, by the way, my solo stand-up tour, it's so much fun. It's like watching Impractical Jokers happen live in front of your face. You can get your tickets at murrlive.com. I will be in Ocean City on Friday the 27th. Okay. Soul Joel's 2 shows. The first one's sold out. The second one's is about to be on Saturday night, the 28th. And then Red Bank, of course, hometown here in Jersey on the 29th. It's so much fun, man. It's like stand-up comedy mixed with improv and seeing Impractical Jokers happen live in front of your face. It's outrageous.
People can come, have a great time, and might end up a part of the show.
It's quite possible.
It feels like you're kind of living your bucket list. So what's in development? What should we be looking for?
Yeah, man. I mean, some really cool stuff. My wife and I just bought a house and saved one of America's longest running model railroad clubs.
I
So
just was
I don't
about
know
to
the
ask
story,
you that.
but nearby, like 10 minutes away from my house here in Jersey, is one of America's longest running model railroad clubs. It's built into a basement of a house, like a regular house, but it's bigger than the house itself. They knocked out a foundation wall and kept going. The entire model railroad train layout is bigger than the house I live in right here. It's like 12,000 square feet of track. It's unbelievable. These guys have been building, this club has been building this model railroad. They started in 1950 and the club formed in 64 and they just kept going. And it's a nonprofit. They donate all their proceeds for the year to fire and EMT services in Jersey. And these folks have just been using sweat and imagination for decades to build the most amazing professional model railroad you've ever seen. It's unbelievable. It's called Pacific Southern Railway. Last year, the owner of the home and the president of the club sadly passed away from cancer, and his widow was forced to sell the house. As happens across America, when they have to sell a house, inevitably somebody comes in, buys the house, and says, "You got to get out of the house. I'm not giving up the entire basement of the house to this model railroad club that's been coming in for 75 years." Even though they're a nonprofit and they donate to charity, and even though they open up the house multiple times a year for the public to go through and for families to see the trains. So the night before it was going up for public sale, and presumably the club would be shut down, my wife and I bought the train club and bought the house. And we became a board member of one of America's longest running train clubs. And my wife moved her candle company in there. We run an Alzheimer's charity called 95 Charity. That moved into there as well. And more importantly, anybody can become a member. It's a nonprofit. It's tax deductible. You can become an active member and actually show up on Wednesday nights to our house to play with the toy trains and learn the hobby. Or you can become a virtual member, and then you can show up on Zoom and show up and you get bi-weekly videos from me from the train club every 2 weeks, and you get swag and you get free tickets to the open house. All you got to do is go to pacificsouthern.org. It's awesome.
Was that an interest?
My best memories from childhood are building my model trains with my father. My father passed from Alzheimer's about a year and a half ago, which is why Melissa and I run an Alzheimer's charity called 95 Charity. And to the day he died, he could remember three things, right? Four things, really. He didn't remember us anymore, but if you put on the movie Airplane, he'd be crying laughing. He put on Sinatra, he knew every lyric. If you gave him a Model Railroad magazine, his eyes would light up, his smile across his face as you look through the Model Railroad magazine. Or if you put on his episodes of Impractical Jokers, he's on multiple episodes, he would start laughing. He didn't know it was him on TV, but he was still laughed to the day he died. So these are like core memories, you know? So my model trains were in our basement. I have a small house. I didn't have any space to build a train layout. So when this opportunity came up, I was like, this solves everything, man. It's just a win-win all around.
Coming up next, this is unique. It's the Use Your Voice for Good Helium Edition.
I wish I had a balloon to breathe in helium to answer the question. That would be freaking awesome.
Right? We wrap every episode of The Pulse the same way. Like the theme is use your voice for good. So I always ask people when they hear the phrase use your voice for good, what does that mean to them?
Oh, that's it. That's the question? Use your voice for good?
It's that simple.
I wish I had a balloon to breathe in helium to answer the question. That would be freaking awesome.
Right? It would be meaningful and funny.
Do what you love, don't hurt other people, and never let anyone else tell you no.
I like
it. Yeah. Never let anyone else tell you no from living your dreams.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for watching another episode of The Pulse. I feel like I laughed the entire time with James Murray, or Murr, comedian, one of the stars of Impractical Jokers. Just a good time. And not only is it a good time, but he's also doing good things with the success. The exact type of people that I love spending some time with. Hope you did as well. You can hear the entire uninterrupted interview, all places where podcasts are available. Just head on over there and check it out. You can download all of our episodes on the Fox Local app. Thanks as always for watching. And I leave you, as I always do, reminding you whenever you can, use your voice for good and have a good one.